Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have been promising a lot, so sorry guys, but my life have been very hectic and very busy. As you can see, I am again in different spot. I'm finally in Netherlands. I just want to say I filmed this intro after the dress is already finished. I started it 2 months ago back in Slovakia, so you will still see most of the clips from my parents' house. Now I am in my new, let's say, sewing room. Maybe I will show you a little bit more in the next video. Today we'll be focusing on sewing. The dress is called, I forgot right now, I will put it somewhere on the screen. It is actually a PDF pattern that I bought from Etsy. I think the seller name is Gia Patterns. I will put all the information in the description down below. It's really easy, simple dress, finally something for nicer weather. So let's just start. So I have all my pattern pieces cut out. I guess I will start with the bodice. As you can see, I have already pinned the shoulder seams and I cut out everything twice in the same fabric. So that means the shell and the lining of the bodice will be from the same fabric because I don't have anything equivalent to it. This one has a little bit of stretch. Yeah, so I will go ahead and sew all of these shoulder seams. I have to put my head up so I can concentrate on sewing. So this is how it ended up looking like. You can see this is the front and back attached with the shoulder seam. And here I already went ahead and I placed the lining with the shell fabric on the top of each other. And basically I'm going to sew the neckline and then understitch the seam allowance. I need to go ahead and understitch the seam allowance towards this side, like so. You need to turn it to this side and understitch as close to the edge as possible, and of course iron it nicely. So let's do that. As you can see, a really nice and clean edge. Because I'm going to add the sleeves, this seam and this seam is going to be completely covered inside. Really, the most important for me was just this neckline. I will just go ahead and sew it like one piece, line up everything nicely. I will sew this seam and overlock it with my overlock. And I will do the same thing, of course, for the other side. So at the end I decided to change one detail, and what I basically did, I just first overlock each side separately and then sew them together in order that I can open up the seam, because I think it would be just too thick with 4 layers of fabric. I also went ahead and quickly sewed 2 rows of gathering stitch here on the front part. So here it's gathered, and I will do the same thing on the other piece, but now I think the next step would be to join front and back skirt pieces together, and then I can go ahead and attach the bodice to the skirt. So now, as you can see, it's all pinned in place. Well, it's hard to see with this fabric, I'm really sorry, but yeah, basically just the most important is about sewing these pieces together is to leave this corner. You know, I don't want to be saying too much about the instruction and such details. I guess you will find it there exactly if you decide to buy this pattern. By the way, I would highly suggest. It's a pleasure to make, I have to say. Basically, I can go to the sleeves and then it will be done. So it's also quite a quick project, I would say. Okay, so let's pause a little bit here. As I said, my original idea was to make the sleeves because I started it 2 months ago and the weather was still not so nice. So I thought it would be better if my arms are a little bit covered, but I, however, tried. I just couldn't make a nice sleeves. So at the end, I decided that I'm just going to keep the original dress the way it is. I just went ahead and I already finished it. I'm just a little bit angry with myself because if I had known this before, then I could just finish the armholes in the same way like I did here, the neckline, which is really nice and you cannot see any stitches, but I was too far in a project and I couldn't go back, so I simply just cut bias tape and finish the armholes. So it's not my best job ever, but I think it's still acceptable. So this is the little detail that I actually finished without filming because it was nothing really interesting and I just wasn't in the mood to film. So now that I cleared the air and I admitted my mistakes, I guess we can go ahead and see the dress.
Train ride just to see you, ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
Surprise! Oh my god, it's so weird. It's so weird, guys, to finally be able to tell you about it. And again, I'm really sorry. I don't know if any of you had any idea what is happening, but I'm quite sure you will understand that I didn't talk about it since beginning. Now as I'm speaking, I am 24 weeks pregnant, so I'm over the half of my pregnancy already. We just needed time for ourselves and to tell people. And also I just want to say, when I was saying that I was sick, I wasn't lying. I was really, really sick for the first trimester. I basically couldn't do anything. This was the beginning of my unplanned, prolonged holidays at the beginning. Yeah, and once I got better, we started moving process and just, you know, preparing everything, moving, unpacking, getting ready for baby, which still we are really missing a lot of things. So yeah, this is an explanation why I wasn't here so much. I decided to talk about it now at the end of this video because I know that not everyone might be really interested in this kind of stuff, but I know that if you are a faithful subscriber, you are still watching, so you're probably interested. The thing is, I don't have have much time until baby is born. My plans were more turning around YouTube. I wanted to finally subscribe to the pattern making course, but this is probably not going to happen this year. I will have other important things to care about, which I am very grateful and thankful for. So I have 3 months until the baby is born, and there will be probably projects that are turning around baby, so heads up if you are not interested. This is going to be probably happening here on this channel until September, and then honestly speaking, guys, I think I will have no time for anything, so let's see what is going to happen. Thank you guys so much for being here despite my absence. I do really appreciate that you support me all the time and that you miss me, that you are trying to check on me to see if I'm okay. And yeah, sorry I wasn't honest, but you know, I just couldn't. And maybe one more thing, of course I already know the gender of the baby, so I will keep it for the next video. See you guys, bye!